Yo, what is going on, everyone? I have another review video today. It is going to be on my Xtrfy M4 wireless. So right off the bat, I'm definitely like a bit more passionate about this mouse because I did love the M4 Companion Edition that I reviewed a little bit ago. And this mouse is definitely like much more Y factors to me. But obviously all of these are going to be my opinion, my bias, my gripes. So if you love the original shape of the M4, it comes with like their new shell first. So all you have to do is unscrew here, and here, and after you do that, you can put on the original back and then just screw it back in. They provide you a screwdriver too, so you don't have to worry about finding the right one. But if that's all you care about, then the mouse is good. You know, it has KO 8.0s. They're very good implementation of them also. I do have a QC issue with my right click, but I'll obviously talk about that later. Side buttons perfectly fine. There's not a whole lot of pre-travel, but there is a ton of post-travel. I never noticed it in game. I only check for pre and post-travel during reviews, because if I don't notice it in game, then I don't give a shit about it. Scroll wheel, typical Xtrfy scroll wheel, very nice, very smooth, really nice grooves. I do love the Xtrfy grooves. The mouse feet are average. Like, this design just blows chunks, honestly. Like, if they could just swap the design, like, it just screams like textured pads hate me. So if you were going to use this on a textured pad, I would honestly kind of steer clear of it. You feel every bit of texture and bump on your mouse pad with these feet. If you use something like a Heian, a GameSense Rush, I definitely would just not use this mouse for it. If that is a pet peeve for you, if you care about feeling the texture of your mouse pad, I would just not use it. On smooth pads like a Lethal Gaming Gear Saturn, an Odin Eclipse, an Xtrfy GPZ1, like all of that feels perfectly fine, so you don't have to worry about that. So after talking about all the things that, you know, some people only want to know, like, are the switches good and shit like that, but now it's going to be like more in depth. So some people only want to hear, you know, because it is a shape, it is a mouse that people have already seen. It's not a new shape for a lot of people that do love the M4, so I wanted to just get all that out of the way and then talk about my gripes with the mouse. First off, how it comes with their new back, and I do not know why that, like, it's probably because, like, oh, you know, people know the M4 original shape, so maybe they'll like the new one. No, if you claw this mouse, you will hate the new shape. It slopes a lot longer down, so the hump is much less pronounced, so you get way less palm contact for claw grip specifically. If you palm, I still feel like the original is going to be better because you get more contact, but you can still pass with the new shape. I feel like they made the new shape mainly, I keep saying shape, it is just a shell, but it definitely feels like a new mouse. I feel like they made that mainly for like fingertippers, because the hump is much lower than the original shape. I genuinely feel like no one should be fingertipping an Ergo mouse. Palm fingertip kinda, but you have an MZ1. There's no reason to palm fingertip any other mouse other than an MZ1. I just feel like that shape was really weird. I feel like they shouldn't have even changed it, because these screws, all that extra plastic, just adds weight to the mouse. So the weight is already 71 grams with this mouse. These extra screws easily could have shaved off like at least 5 more grams. Imagine a 60 to 65 gram M4 wireless. That is actually like even insane to comprehend that they could have just done that had they not added all of these extra parts. So another thing they added was adjustable weight balancing. Who doesn't want a perfectly balanced mouse? I have never, ever heard anyone that's like, man, I love when my mouse just can do this. Yeah, so that's definitely very weird. Just a really dumb decision again. They should have just kept original back and just not had any interchangeable weight balancing. So something that they started doing, obviously, was adding KO 8.0 switches, and I love their implementation of it. Like, I genuinely feel like Xtrfy are the only other company other than Endgame Gear that can do KO 8.0s like a lot of justice. Like, they feel so tactile and crispy. But sadly, I do have a small QC issue. It doesn't particularly affect me in game, but it is obviously just something noteworthy. Xtrfy finally figured out build quality with this mouse. It doesn't creak, it doesn't flex, but they finally did something correct with this build quality. But then I have a small issue. It's very rare that it does happen because my finger typically doesn't go all the way over here. Right here, it just doesn't click the mouse. If I can I might be able to get like a couple clicks in, but it's very, very inconsistent. And it's just like a dead like click all the way over here. And I just don't know why it happens like that. It's just really, really irritating from time to time. I'm not going to RMA it because I'm just not going to use the mouse. It's honestly just very disheartening because I was very excited for this mouse because I loved the M4 Kripparrian edition. So I was really hoping to just get that, but wireless. Even the coating isn't the same. This definitely feels way slipperier than my Kripparrian edition one. I even went to go get it out of the box and just grab it and like wipe my fingers across because I just couldn't believe that it was this slippery. Even my MZ1 doesn't feel like that. So, but a really good thing that I will say about this mouse is if you don't customize it, which means not getting like the colored shells, it only comes in at $100. And for $100, that is a damn hard like mouse to not be able to recommend at that price point, because I don't think there's I guess other than a Pulsar X-Lite wireless that could compete, but then if you don't like high button height, you're not going to gravitate towards that. The Pulsar X-Lite is also bigger, so if you have smaller hands, you're probably going to still lean towards an M4 wireless. At that price point, I can't knock it. $100 for a wireless mouse, medium to large, with all this customizability is honestly really good. There's just a lot of factors that I don't agree with. So the mouse itself and what it offers is still good. It's just I am confused with a lot of their decisions. The battery life is pretty good. It does last pretty long. I think I'm on a week now, and even with RGB, it hasn't flashed like the blinking yellow or red. So that's a really good sign, because my G-Wolf's Hot ES actually died on me within a week and a half with no RGB. So that's a really good sign. I was honestly really worried about the RGB, but they did ditch the RGB that's typically along the strips on the mouse. So that's like a really, really good thing. Another thing too is it does come with an adapter, so you don't have to worry about it, like, you know, latency and everything. You also have all of your customizability on the mouse. There's no software. That's another great thing about the mouse. You can change debounce time, pulling rate. But in terms of my giveaway, I'm going to be giving away my Pulsar X-Lite wireless and my Model O wireless. So I'm going to do all of that after the holiday season, probably sometime in the beginning of January, probably the first week, honestly. So I'll make a giveaway video announcement then, and then I'm not going to have a returner's address because I don't want my information out. And so if you do end up winning the giveaway, I only really have Twitter for DMs, so you're gonna have to make a Twitter or already have one, which I'm sure most people do, and then you're just gonna DM me your information. I'll take a picture of your address that I wrote down, of course, to you, and then I'll be like, is this the accurate information? You will tell me yes or no, and then I will send it. That's how that's gonna work. And then I already explained how entries work for the giveaway and everything. But yeah, those are the two mice I'm going to be giving away. And they're also all coming out of pocket. You know, your boy isn't very, he's not bougie. I don't have money, even though you see all those mice over there. I don't have money to just buy fucking 2 brand new mice. So it's going to be mice that I've reviewed. So if you want one or the other, you know, you get to choose. I'm not going to say that this one is the glorious one or this one is the Pulsar one. Whoever wins the first giveaway is going to be able to pick the mouse that they want out of the two. But yeah, that's pretty much all for the review, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. You guys.
There's 5 over here. Got one. Which is unacceptable. Good grenade there. What the fuck? We are maintaining control. They're all hiding in every single room. Bro, this need a second to reload. Cannot see them. Target down. Look at these two guys hiding around the corner. Like what? Door right here. Find me. One down.
Fuck you, dude.
Bro, there's 2 people here. 3 people here.
Got one.
They can't open it.
Oh shit. Got another.